That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Breeze Nation, what is good? Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love to another edition of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We got breaking news. As the Chicago Bears have activated the 21-day practice window for cornerback Jaylon Johnson to return from injured reserve. On top of that, that 21-day window, should Jaylon be able to return from it, opens up right when the Chicago Bears are expected to play the Green Bay Packers. We got to talk about the fact that this window has been opened and what that means for this team moving forward. All that more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do.
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push the button.
You heard what she said.
Y'all heard what Sue Young said. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. Leave that 5-star review. Big shout out to you guys, man, for tuning in and showing love. Little midday update here. As I said, the 21-day window for Jaylon Johnson has opened up. This will give him the opportunity to return to the Chicago Bears in this Green Bay Packer game. And I mean, honestly, when you look at this team right now, like there's so much opportunity here for Jaylon Johnson. There's so much opportunity for this Bears team to be able to go out there and add him back into the mix, to be able to go out there and add him back into the fold. I think this is big for the team moving forward. And I think the biggest thing that if you're the Chicago Bears right now that you hold your hat on and hang your hat on is a conversation that we had earlier on this, the fact that right now you've got an opportunity as your team is getting better to get back one of the top 2 DBs in the NFL. And in my mind, he ain't 2. Like, to me, this is a massive opportunity for the Chicago Bears to continue to get better. Let me know how you guys are feeling in the comments below. Hit that like button if you have not done so. Subscribe to the page. And I'll be honest with you, it kind of comes down to this for me as well. And I think that this is the biggest part of all of this. It shows how much this team truly cares about this season. Because what do we talk about all the time, right? We say, this season isn't the one where the Bears are going to go out there and win. This season isn't the one where, this team is going to figure it all out. So, just get through the season healthy, kind of figure some things out and try and get your way back into the game. That's what we always talk about when we have these conversations around the Bears. Jaylon Johnson isn't viewing this season as that. He went out with a torn groin, had surgery on the groin, and now is hoping to come back and be an impactful part of this Chicago Bears team moving forward. That's massive. That's massive. I love the fact that he's got that level of dedication to the team. I love the fact that he's got that level of want to for the team here. That he's willing to go out there and say, hey, look, we're going to be aggressive about this rehab process. This is not figure it out as you go. This is we're going to get out there and try and get back. Oh, by the way, we're going to try and get back for the Packers game. And I think on top of everything, right, when you're having a conversation about a guy like JJ, that's the kind of mindset that you need in this building. That's the kind of mindset that right now the Chicago Bears team needs in this building. And the reason being, because when you look at the importance placed on a game like the Green Bay Packers, how do you not? How do you not see how important that game is to him and go even harder? How do you not see how important that game is going to mean for him possibly coming back? Now, we don't know if he will, right? He has to be activated before that game, which he could come back before that. He could come back a little bit. It's within that 21-day window there. I think the Packers game would actually be on day 20. So technically, they could activate him after the game, and he could play in the first Browns game and then come back for the second Packer game. But you see how important that game is to him, that he scheduled his rehab process and how aggressive he wanted to be around that. I love that. That's the mindset as a Chicago Bear that you should have. That's the mindset as a Chicago Bear that you should go out there and say, you know what? That's what's important to me. Not only winning, but also beating our rivals. And I want to make sure that this team is at as full strength as it can be. And that's the mindset difference that you have here now in Chicago. Remember the guy before? Remember Matt Eberflus? It's another game. It's another game. It'll be good. You know what I mean? But it's just another game. It's not just another game. And for years here with Matt Nagy, Matt Eberflus, John Fox, the only people that took that rivalry seriously was the team across. The Chicago Bears didn't take that rivalry seriously. And that's been one of the biggest issues I've had with this team for years. You're not taking the matchup, the rivalry, the system, whatever it is, seriously. They're taking it seriously this year. They're looking at this as, and I think they view this season not as a rebuild. People continue to say this is a rebuilding year. This is a year for you to figure it out. This is a year for you to learn this. The Bears are not taking this season as a rebuild. The Bears are taking this season seriously. So I love the fact that Jaylon Johnson has a possibility to come back now within that 21-day window. And I would assume at a minimum, that Packer game is the one that he's eyeing. Jailbreak with the comment, he said he's going to come back. Maybe some caution should be involved. It's not worth it if he's not 100%. I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with it. I don't want to see Jaylon go out there and get re-injured. I don't want to see him, have to deal with more surgery. I agree it's not worth it if he's not 100%. But the mindset behind the player, first off, I think the Bears wouldn't put him back out on the field if he wasn't 100%. I don't think that they would rush the process, especially with as much as they have invested in him. So I think probably he just went through a very aggressive rehab here. But on top of that, if he's not 100% and his goal is to get back, I think that goes back to the conversation. That goes back to how important this team is viewing these Packer games, these divisional games that they have upcoming. Because it's not just the Packers, right? You're going to have 2 against the Packers. You're going to have 1 against the Lions. That was the game where Jaylon got hurt last year or this year. Baki says the Bears are looking at this as this is how we're supposed to be playing. 100%. 100%. And it starts with the mindset up front. It starts with the mindset at the top. The one thing that you always got to give Lovie Smith with all the ups and downs that we had here, he knew how important beating the Packers was to the city of Chicago. He knew how important winning those 2 games are to the city of Chicago, and he took that seriously. It's not to say you're going to win every game. You're not going to win every game. You're not going to have the answers for every game. You're not. But to be sitting here and hearing that there's a possibility that he might come back tells me that the mindset of this team right now, the mindset of the current coaching staff right now, the mindset of the players on this team right now is that this season is the most important season that we need to be worrying about. And that they feel like there's an opportunity here to do a little bit more. I love that as a Bears fan. I truly do. Allen said he's not going to be in game shape. Well, that's what the 21-day window is for. He's not spending 21 days sitting on his backside. The 21 days is practice. He's going to be practicing for 21 days to get himself back into game shape so that he can get out there and play. Like he said, beating the Packers was one of Lovey's seasonal standards. Sure, and it didn't always happen, but you knew he cared about it. And I think that's been the biggest difference in this conversation for years. Matt Eberflus every week, I know it's important to the fans, but it's just another game. Well, it's not. And that's why you keep getting your butts kicked in it, because they don't believe it's just another game. LaFleur doesn't believe it's just another game. Ben Johnson walked in the door talking garbage. He walked in. He was like, I do enjoy beating Matt LaFleur twice a year. Watch yourself now. Like, wait a minute. Hold on. We trash talking already? Shout out to that. And here's the big thing overall about this. And we had this conversation this morning on the show. If you're getting healthy at the right time of the season, if you're putting this defense together at the right time of the season, and you've got an opportunity, hopefully this week the Bears beat the Vikings, they go to 7-3. You get a divisional win. Your pass rush has continued to improve. Montez Sweat starting to find his footing in this system. Javon Dexter starting to create some more of that pressure up front. Love that. You're starting to see this team figure out a little bit more how and what is being asked of them and how to execute that. And on top of that, you're getting back what I would say at some point, you're getting them both back here. Jaylon Johnson, top 2 DB in the NFL. In my mind, I think he's arguably one of the best DBs in the NFL. And Kyler Gordon, who is probably a top 3 slot corner in the NFL. You're adding that back onto a team that's starting to figure it out defensively. And oh, by the way, the offense is picking up the pace. Like we had this conversation at the onset of it. It is a real possibility that the Chicago Bears could be contenders. Doesn't mean they're going to go to the Super Bowl, but could be real contenders by the time we get to playoff time. And so very excited to see this news from Jaylon Johnson. Very excited to see that they have activated the 12-day window. If you guys have not done so, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, drop a bird down in the comments below as well. Just wanted to get this news out to you guys. Trying to think if we have any lives coming up. We'll be live, of course, for Sunday's game versus the Minnesota Vikings. So tune in with the team on that. Of course, we'll have any breaking news content or anything that ends up dropping throughout the day. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love as you always do. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. It's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again. Just wanted to give y'all this quick update, and I got to run upstairs and actually I got to finish the basement. As you can see, new basement. It's coming together. We got walls. So we got some paneling to get in, and then we're gonna start finishing this out. Y'all stay safe out there.